Well, greetings again to the 3 people that watch my videos on average. Anyway, just a little joke. Been gone a while. We moved into a new place, and we've just been settling in. So there are some projects I'm doing, some projects I have taken care of. Like, for instance, Ultra Magnus I am mostly done with. I'm done with the cab, some of the trailer. Now, I think he turned out magnificent. I painted the body, even though you don't have to paint the body, it's already white, but I wanted to match the body with the frame, with the servo mount, with the fifth wheel mount, with the axles, oh, and the gearbox also. So all of that is the same white, which I am very happy with. I actually have lights and sounds on it. I should have some footage of the lights and sounds working. But I have his trailer somewhat done. Right here. I have these cut out to, let me cover that up real quick. To going to be the front and back kind of, and then you're going to have the part on top where the car is going to go on top, this on the bottom. Painted that the same red as I painted his bumper, that the same red, and the back bumper the same red. And it has the feet that work, which is awesome. So that's one project mostly done. Then I have the Super Astute. I painted him in the Traxxas metallic black, which, yes, blasphemy, a Tamiya with Traxxas colors, but sue me. Anyway, I did not paint the spoiler, anything. I kept it clear, like I do some of my buggies, but I think that looks great. I have a Hobby Wing 1060 in here. Oh, by the way, Ultra Magnus, I have a 55 turn motor, just like my other semis. I have that JX mini servo 1060 Noble NV4. Then I have a Yeah Racing 13 turn motor in it. Haven't run it yet. I am going to. Wait, I have to put the Velcro on there. So, or the what do you call it? I'll have it, probably have it down here, about here. The whatever Velcro is actually called, the technical name for it. Anyway, but there is that. Now I am super stoked about the Super Astute. Did I call it Super Avante? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Anyway, I'm stoked about the Super Astute because I had a regular Astute when I was a kid. I had the original. And that was the only RC car that I brought with me when I moved to Florida when I was a kid. Now that one, when I first moved to Florida, I had no money, no job. So what I did was whatever I could. I made it mid-motored This, you're able to turn the gearbox around. You didn't. I didn't cut out the gearbox so the cut out the chassis so the gearbox fit flush in there. I didn't care. I just ran it on the street, and it ran okay. And then I made the battery center mounted, and the servo. I had the regular big old chunky Futaba servos. Had that on the side with a rod to the front, and had the elbow from the Turbo Optima Mid in there for the steering, and I accomplished steering like that. But that was okay. I wish I still had that car. I really do. That's like one of the only cars I regret not keeping all these years. But I'm gonna run this this thing as soon as weather permits, because where we move to, it snows. So it is snowing. It snowed, and it's not favorable to RC cars unless you get like a cloudbuster or something. Then you can run something like that. But I am happy with the Super Astute. Great car. And it has the slipper clutch I always wish my original Astute had, because when I got it, and then a couple years later, the Super Astute came out, and like, oh, it has a slipper clutch. I'm like, oh, I wish my Astute had that. You know, I was thinking about saving the money eventually and getting the stuff for the slipper clutch, not realizing it's not exactly the same gearbox. You'd have to get a whole new gearbox and this and that. Because that's what it looks like. So I am glad I got it. I got the slipper clutch. The original Astute that I had never broke on me all the weak points, because I grew up in New York. We drove it on the street. It hardly ever saw any jumps, mainly off the curb, mainly. Very light running. And because I have my Avante Black edition right here, Black Special BS, I bought the Comical Avante, and it only came with a painted body. Couldn't find a kit with an unpainted body. So I took it upon myself to buy the Comical Avante, a clear body, because they now come in clear. If I would have bought I wanted to make it a Black Special. If I would have bought the Tamiya stickers, that would have been an arm and a leg. I was like, Tamiya doesn't have them, and then you try to go on eBay, and they're asking $50, $100 for a set of stickers, which is a little ridiculous. So I got the Comical Avante. I got a clear body. Then I got some stickers from MCI to make the Comical Avante Black Special. Boom, there you go. Along with the regular Avante Black, Comical Avante Black. Now this guy, I haven't run this one yet either. It's snowing. Not currently, but there's snow on the ground. It's not going to do well, especially for first run. But I might paint the driver. I don't know. But he does match his brother here. I really like that. I like doing that, because if I had the regular Avante with the color, I probably wouldn't have done this. But I think the stickers do great on the comical body right there. Look at that. They almost fit. You have to cut this sticker right here, right about here, and it fits almost perfectly right there. Cut this sticker up a little bit to fit it. This doesn't really fit. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But MCI, they messed up. I guess they messed up some of my sticker of the sticker that I bought. So when they sent me stickers, they sent me 2 sets. So I cut that up. So they sent me the imperfect one right there. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. There are some lines, and I think these that didn't turn out that great. So I'm going to use some of this right here to complete this. So there we go. Thinking about it, or I don't know, I might just sell these on eBay. I don't know. But it was real nice of them to include the imperfect stickers. And then I have my striker. Striker I got last year, an eBay bid. It came with the striker. The chassis was a little messed up back here. I fixed it by putting a screw in by the battery tray, a countersunk screw that holds the suspension up just fine. All the strikers in the Sonic Fighters should have been like that, because this tiny little thing right here, oops, sorry, this tiny little screw right here doesn't really hold it. You know, they made a couple of mistakes on this, but what I am going to do is already started putting an ESC in here and change the servo out. It's basically the same servo, and I'm going to put a different receiver in there. So that's going to be my runner. What I'm going to do. See, that striker came with a whole bag of parts. Great, right? The seller said that that it's enough parts to rebuild the striker, but most of the parts on this guy right here are just fine. Why junk vintage parts just because they're not perfect? I wouldn't. I know many of you wouldn't. So I have many parts, enough to build another striker. So that's where this guy comes in. I was able to snag him on eBay last year for a good price. A unbuilt body, chassis, driver, all the hardware that comes with the kit. And the best thing, original stickers. Hardly find those anymore. So what I'm gonna do, I'm not into shelf queens myself, but I'm gonna build a shelf queen. It's gonna have almost every new part. Like I have the spoiler bumper never used. You got shock tower, suspension arms used once. These parts, most of them. The ones I don't have, I think I have them all actually. All these parts. The one I had to do was get a, oh, where is it? It's in there. Yep, it is. I had to get another gearbox, because gearbox on this thing, had a big old gaping hole in it. You could put a couple fingers through it. Anyway, but has parts to build a whole new striker. The only thing I had to really get was some Grasshopper 2 wheels, Grasshopper 2 tires, which are the same exact thing. So technically they are striker parts, even though they're new, but I would never, buy, I wouldn't be able to buy vintage brand new wheels and tires. The coup de grace, which I am very proud of, which I found, was gears. I found these at a Spanish eBay seller in Spain who didn't know what he had. He just said, "To me, are gears." I looked at the pictures, asked him for extra pictures. He sent me some. Look at them over, and I take apart my striker's gearbox, and they look almost exactly the same. They don't say the gears on here say Falcon on them, which I think the Falcon has the same gears, but they don't say Falcon on them. Maybe these are replacements from the Falcon. I don't know, if you have a striker, does the spur gear say Falcon on them? I would like to know. But these do, oh yeah, here's the gearbox. Anyway, these do not say Falcon on them, but they are the same exact gears. Are they possibly from the FX10? But they are the same gears. I matched them all up. Got that. Oh yeah, I got a vintage pinion gear even. I'm gonna make it runnable, but shelf clean at the same time. I yanked all the electronics out of the striker here. The manual speed controller, the motor, resistor, everything. I'm gonna make the new built striker a shelf queen. And there we go. Oh, and also the Grasshopper 2 front axles, which are the same thing as the striker. If not, tell me they are. Ha! Anyway, that is what I got going. And big mess right here. Yes, big mess. But like, what are your projects coming up? If you have a video about your projects, put it down below. I'd love to see them. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Oh, too fat, do I?